The morning huddle. It's Christopher Tompkins here. You know who I am, and CEO of the Go Agency. So it is Friday. So I hope that you all had a terrific week. Lots of things have happened all around us. So I'm hoping that everyone out there is staying safe and being productive, using this time to, what I always say is just refocus and make sure that you're ready for when things start to kind of click back in to normalcy. But let's talk about social media marketing today. We had a really interesting conversation in our production meeting today that I wanted to let you in on. And it wasn't one of our clients. We have lots of different people that we know at different agencies and PR agencies, and we work together and kind of, work on strategy together and commiserate. You know what I mean? We don't all hate each other, folks. This is kind of like it's a fairly friendly environment. But one of our referral partners actually was telling us about a client that they were having some issues with, and we were talking about how we can overcome the strategy, and that's something that we like to do, overcome the objections, so to speak, and that's always something fun for us to do in our morning production meetings, is just to kind of have like a really quick spitball what we say strategy. And the person, the client was a business owner, obviously, and it was I'm not exactly sure what the product was, but it was product based. And what they were struggling with understanding was, why, if I have a Facebook page, am I not selling tons and tons and tons of products? So our referral source was saying, hey, one of the things that's part of the Facebook algorithm is that how Facebook puts everything out that you see. It's based off of a few different things. And one of them is advertising. But the question isn't having a Facebook page advertising? And it's not, folks. I'm sorry. Having a social media presence is not advertising. Advertising is when you put money towards promotion of a Facebook page. Or, for example, having a website. Oh, that's my advertising budget fully done. No, that's not your advertising budget. Your advertising budget would be, that is your obviously your marketing budget is everything, and included in that is your advertising, your design. And if you are doing a website, that's probably going to be a big part of your marketing budget for the year, because it is a large expenditure based on being relevant to whatever you're doing. So I want to make it really clear, when you're doing a social media marketing campaign, it's marketing on social media. So you're trying to build relationships with other people. Now, Facebook is a little bit more challenging, because Facebook, I guess it was about 7 or 8 years ago, they changed, who cares? Look it up. Google it. When did Facebook change their algorithm? They change it every 5 freaking minutes, which makes it so much fun to answer questions on the fly that you didn't even know happened when they happened 5 minutes ago. But one of the things is they changed how they were serving up page posts. Now we're talking about company pages like Costco, Dick's Sporting Goods, Colgate, all of these major pages. Everyone experienced a massive downturn in the amount of views that they were getting, massive, mass exodus, people were terrified. And it was a big problem. So lots of complaints to Facebook, but Facebook said, hey, you're a company, you got to earn this. And then, they did it with everybody else too, right? How many times have you liked a distant relative's Facebook post, and then you're seeing every damn thing they're doing? And that is the algorithm that works. So once you engage in something, it will show to that audience more. How am I going to get to that audience to see a post in the first place? I'm sure no matter what size your company is, you might have some posts that are getting seen by 0 or maybe 4 people, or really low numbers, and you're feeling like you're getting a little bit stagnant. Well, if that's the case, it's because advertising dollars are going to give you more exposure to your target audience so that they can start seeing your stuff, start engaging with it, And then the conversations will start to build and they'll start sharing your content. So see, it's like there's like two pieces to it, right? Because I as a social media marketer and digital marketer, or whatever the hell you want to call me, one of the things I have to do is I have to figure out what the strategy is going to be of the story that is going to we're going to put out on Facebook. I hate talking about Facebook, but Facebook. And one of the things that we'll do is figure out how the posts are going to look good, how we can create eye-catching posts that are on brand, and then what is the ROI the client's looking for, so that we can make a suggestion based off of the content mix, as well as the visual mix, as well as the advertising mix. So everything needs to kind of go hand in hand. Because if I'm just starting your Facebook page and you have 0 people, no one's going to see anything if I just start posting it. It's not going to just immediately pop up in all of your target audience's feeds. It's just not. I'm sorry. I wish it was. That would be cool. That'd be cool as hell, right? Because it would seem more relevant. It'd seem more powerful. But unfortunately, it's not like that anymore. So what you have to do is you have to carve out a little bit of a budget. Now, you can do boosting of posts, which will boost or advertise certain posts to members of your target audience. So I'm sure if you have a business page, you've seen those. Hey, would you like to boost this? Would you like to boost this? You could do that. Also, what you can do is create straight up advertisements that you can have that will build either your audience, your engagement, your website views, your video views, and so on and so forth, whatever is most important to you. But I think what it really is understanding that just having the Facebook page created and posting content doesn't bring success immediately. You need to have engagement. And if no one can see the content, you have to get it in front of them so that the engagement can begin. Now, I'm not saying that advertising is the only way of doing this. You could email out your Facebook page. You can connect it onto your website. There's lots of different ways. Are they all as effective as actually just doing the advertising? No. They tend to have a slower build. And sometimes people can be a little impatient as to why Facebook is not, the page might not be building as fast as they had hoped. I think setting your expectations to be that it is going to be, organically speaking, it's a slow build. If you are going to do sponsored content, which would be advertising, you can then build things a lot faster and get a critical mass. But I think it's the misconception that just because I have a Facebook page, I don't need to have any sort of advertising budget, nothing. Just get out there, I'm going to start putting these posts out, and then my audience is going to find me. Well, no one's looking for you. And Facebook was saying, yep, no one's looking for you. So, hey, pay us and we'll show them who you are. So that is sadly the truth. I mean, that sounds a little bit of a downer for a Friday, but I think it's important to know, because if you are considering and you're really putting all of your eggs into the social media basket, which I highly recommend that you don't, social media is one of the cogs on the wheel that makes the whole locomotive move. It is not the marketing and sales. It is not the be all end all. It's not like, hey, I have a Facebook page. I'm now a company owner. Profits. No, it doesn't work like that. There's marketing and sales, and you have to drive traffic, and there's awareness, and there's a million different things you have to think about. So I just want you to maybe just think about that if that's something that was a confusing concept, because it is. And you know what? I think it's confusing too, right? So that's why I'm sharing this with you today. There's no pain and misunderstanding. The pain is when you waste time based off of an assumption. And I think that's where data really does come into play. And the advertising data on Facebook is very good. And you can also, if you're doing traffic to your website, you can look at the Google Analytics on that end, and then you can match it up and see what was what and what came from where, and you know what I mean. You can start tracking conversions and all that extra stuff. But yeah, just a concept that I want everyone to be a little bit more familiar with. And I've heard it a couple times over the last few months, and I thought, like, yeah, why not just have a chat with you guys about it? And we were talking about it this morning. But that's it for the Huddle, guys. Get ready for the weekend. It's happening. Well, is it happening now for you? Are you finishing work earlier or what? I don't know. But enjoy your weekend. I'm going to see you on Monday on the next Huddle. But if you want to jog over to our website, it's gosalesandmarketing.com, gosalesandmarketing.com. And we have blogs there. You can check out the podcast, and there's some freebies. So check that out. If you have a show idea that you want me to stream on our next live on Monday or on next week sometime, just shoot me some comments. I love hearing from you guys, and the feedback you've been providing has been really helpful and positive. So I really appreciate you guys. All right. Thanks so much. TGIF, folks. I'll talk to you later.